This photo is one of the most iconic photos I've ever seen. 3 legendary actors who made Kenya laugh for decades. Sadly, all of them are gone, all dead. In case you forgot or you don't know what I'm talking about, on the right, we have 𝙏𝙝𝙖𝙣 𝙠, famously known as the prosecutor from 𝙏𝙝𝙖𝙣 𝙔𝙤𝙪. At the center, Papa Shirandula needs no introduction. And on the left, the man we are talking about today, Mzee Ojwang. This is another iconic photo if you ask me. Anyway, you might remember him as Mzee Ojwang Hatari, but he liked calling himself
McDonald, McGregory, Ojwang Hatari, Mr. Ndioki Manganga, Sibor.
If you're born in the 70s, 80s, 90s, or even early 2000s, you definitely know this guy. He was the star of Vitimbi, one of KBC's longest running shows. He was even considered the founding father of Kenyan comedy. For over 40 years, he made Kenyans laugh, including former presidents Moi, Kibaki, and even Uhuru Kenyatta. He paved the way for today's biggest comedians, from Churchill to Eric Omondi. But despite all that, his story did not have a happy ending. He died poor, forgotten, fired without benefits, struggling with sickness, and begging for help.
40 years. Na hakuna kitu tulipatiwa, not even a coin.
Even in his last days, he pleaded to meet President Uhuru Kenyatta, but that meeting never happened. To this day, no one knows what he wanted to say. Today, we'll talk about the life and career of this legendary actor, uncovering the events leading to his death, and the heartbreaking truth that, despite his fame, Mzee Ojwang Hatari spent his final days in poverty. Benson Wanjau was born in 1937 in Mukurweini, Nyeri County. But if you ask most Kenyans, they don't know that name. They know Mzee Ojwang, the hilarious Luo man. But in reality, he wasn't even Luo. He was Kikuyu. That's how good of an actor he was. He convinced us that he was Ojwang, the Luo man. But before his fame, Ojwang grew up in a humble background. He only made it to Form 2 before dropping out due to financial struggles. Like many young Kenyans, he had to find a job just to survive. He worked at White Rose Dry Cleaners in Nairobi industrial area, then later as a technician at Mater Hospital for 4 years.
Secondary nikaenda Nyeri Kagumo High School. Kutoka hapo ndio nikaja nikafanya kazi, nimefanya kazi na White Rose, nikaenda hii hospitali Mater Hospital.
It was at Mater Hospital when he said that he got the nickname Ojwang because of his unique dressing style as a theater technician. Others claim he adopted that name from a good friend who, upon retiring, asked Ojwang not to forget him. Nobody at Mater Hospital knew that this quiet, hardworking man would go on to become Kenya's most legendary comedian. So, how did this ordinary man rise to become the king of Kenyan comedy? His big break came in the early 1980s when he auditioned for a show called Darubini on KBC, or Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, then known as VOK, or The Voice of Kenya. That moment at Darubini changed everything. But the real magic happened in 1985. That's when the show Vitimbi premiered. The show was about Mzee Ojwang and Mama Kayai, a married couple running a small restaurant while dealing with everyday struggles. Kenyans loved Vitimbi because it reflected their lives, family issues, political satire, but in a way that made them laugh. And Mzee Ojwang became a superstar.
Yako ndio pande hiyo, yangu pande hii. Hata nimekushaweka kitanda yangu pande hiyo. Unasikia?
His Luo accent was so convincing that many Kenyans had no idea he was actually Kikuyu. Ojwang's fame came effortlessly. He didn't need scandals, just pure, raw talent. And besides Vitimbi, Mzee Ojwang also appeared in other shows including 𝙏𝙗𝙖𝙣 𝙔𝙤𝙪.
Unasema sisi tulichukua kitu?
Ndio.
Uliolewa na mtoto yangu?
Ndio.
Ukaja kwa nyumba yake. Ulikuta kitanda.
Even starred in TV commercials. For about 40 years, he was acting, performing at major national celebrations, including events attended by presidents Moi, Kibaki, and Uhuru Kenyatta. But despite all this fame, Mzee Ojwang's story did not have a happy ending. In 2014, Mzee Ojwang and the Vitimbi cast were fired, just like that. No proper farewell, no appreciation, no compensation. KBC claimed that they were rebranding to attract a younger audience. But in doing so, they pushed out the very people who began that show.
Kwanza tulitolewa KBC na njia mbaya sana, tukafukuzwa. Sasa sijui ni kwa sababu ya akili hiyo na stress ndio ikaanza polepole.
Hakuna hata ndururu moja, hakuna hata notice, wacha sasa maneno mengine yote. Hakuna hata notice ya kuambua mwezi fulani hamtakuwa job. Sisi tuliamkiwa tu siku moja tukaambua nendeni.
40 years. Na hakuna kitu tulipatiwa, not even a coin.
For Mzee Ojwang, this wasn't just the end of his job, it was the loss of his only steady income. With no retirement package and no backup plan, he found himself struggling financially in his final years. Now let's talk about the final years of Mzee Ojwang. In his final years, Mzee Ojwang faced serious health problems. He was battling diabetes, which made it hard for him to move around. His eyesight also got worse, eventually leading to partial blindness. By early 2015, an eye illness made things even more difficult. But it wasn't just his health. Mzee Ojwang was broke. In March 2015, reports emerged that Mzee Ojwang couldn't even afford medicine. Just imagine. Kenyans were shocked. How could a man this big, this popular, who made Kenya laugh for decades, be suffering? His fellow comedians at KBC even blamed the station for abandoning Mzee Ojwang after years of loyal service.
Kutoka siku hiyo unaweza imagine mzee hakulagi. Mzee yani labda anywe kitu kama uji, kila ukimwambia kitu anakaa na kuuliza tu swali moja. Yani KBC imeona inifanya hivyo.
Anyway, in March 2015, the Vitimbi crew, led by his longtime workmate or workwife, Mama Kayai, reached out to the then Nairobi Senator Mike Sonko for financial help to facilitate his medical treatment. The campaign went viral, with Kenyans uniting under the hashtag Okoa Mzee Ojwang to support him. Sonko responded, covering Mzee Ojwang's hospital expenses and giving his family some relief. Even the government stepped in. The then Information CS, Fred Matiang'i, visited Ojwang at Lions Eye Hospital, promising help. But his visit sparked controversy. He claimed KBC owed Mzee Ojwang nothing and told Kenyans to adopt a culture of saving for the future. That statement angered many people.
I wanted to allay the fears of the public, or any misinformation that could have been given to the public, that they are owed any money. They are not owed any money by KBC. The contract came to an end, they were paid everything, and that is it. The resources we have are finite, and the demands are so many. So this is where societies develop systems of individual responsibility. You save something when you're working. You organize yourself. You work for a long period of time, or you do something for a long period of time. It cannot be then that at a certain point in time, you come back again and say, Serikali tafadhali.
And was Mzee Ojwang not saving for the future? Because tell me, how could someone who has entertained Kenya for over 40 years end up in such financial distress?
Miaka mingapi Ojwang ame-entertain wa Kenya? Ni miaka mingi. Ni miaka mingi. Na sahi hali yake Ojwang hakuwa kitaka nati ni mtu ambaye anachangiwa. Angekuwa amejisaidia, wale KBC wangetutoa na njia nzuri na wampatie zawadi yake, angekuwa hana shida.
Anyway, even with the help, Mzee Ojwang had one final wish. He wanted to meet President Uhuru Kenyatta, but that meeting never happened. What did he want to say? No one knows.
Mzee amekufa akiwa na kitu ndani ya roho yake, ambao mimi mwenyewe sijui, hata mke wake hajui. Nafikiria labda kitu hilo alikuwa kitaka kuitoa, alikuwa anataka kumtolea Rais Uhuru na Moi. Sijui Friday kwa nini aliniambia mambo ya Moi.
On Sunday evening, July 12, 2015, Mzee Ojwang passed away at Kenyatta National Hospital at the age of 78. pneumonia claimed his life. The news shocked many Kenyans, and the countless tributes showed how much he was loved. His burial took place on the 29th of July 2015 at Lang'ata Cemetery in Nairobi, fulfilling what his wife revealed was his wish. Yes, Mzee Ojwang might have died poor, but his legacy lives on. Thanks for watching this video. Remember to like this video, subscribe and comment. Commenting is very important, so over comment. And with that, let's meet in the next video.